Here's something a bit different. It's an action cam specifically made for bikes, and just wait till you see the video quality this thing can produce. It's made from a lightweight plastic with some fake carbon fibre moulded in here and there. We've got the camera lens, the light, a micro USB port for charging, and a micro SD slot for the included 32 gig card. It also has a horn. The camera can take 2 megapixel photos, and video is recorded at 1080p 30. There are no camera settings to adjust, everything is auto. The light does high, low, and strobe. It's super simple to use. Just hold the middle button to turn on, click the right button to take a photo, click and hold to start a video, click and hold again to stop. The mounting clip takes 2 minutes to install, and the camera slides and clicks into this rail. It comes with this wired remote that you fix to the handlebars close to your thumb. One button for the horn, the other for the camera. Admittedly, photos aren't this camera's greatest strength. The color science doesn't quite match that of the Sony a7 IV or Canon R7, and if you zoom in far enough, you can start to see just a hint of pixelation and a slight breakdown in detail. But it does add a big yellow patch to the center of every image automatically, which saves time because then you don't have to do it in post. The video quality is surprisingly surprising. It reminds me of the very first video camera I bought back in the late 90s. They've done a great job to recreate that low-quality vintage look that none of us yearn for. And when there's a light source in the room, it adds this cool reflection effect that I haven't seen on other action cameras. The yellow patch function is available in video too. When panning left to right, the jello effect is mild but sometimes noticeable. Still not as bad as Sony's a6000 series though. The stabilization is not quite gimbal-like, but it's a good effort. Some slight vibration is visible at times, especially if you look closely around the edges of the frame. And in some situations, for example, anytime the camera is on, the stabilization can struggle. The low light performance really surprised me. When riding my bike along this well-lit street just after sunset, the camera was able to produce some results. Then, in slightly darker conditions like on this road, the quality starts to dip a little bit and you can just start to tell that the footage was taken on an action camera rather than a professional rig. And so, you might not find this to be the best choice for professional video work in very low light environments. Something like the Sony a7S III might have the edge over this for that type of work. Audio is something it's able to record thanks to its onboard microphone. The sound isn't quite studio quality, but it definitely does record some kind of sound, so that's good. Though it's only mono, so if you want to use this for, say, a live band rehearsal, you might want to use 2 of them so you get a nice stereo sound. As a bicycle light, it's usable, but you can see in this footage taken with my other action camera, the beam is quite narrow. It's bright enough, sort of, but I wish it was wider, so that when the deer inevitably jumps in front of me, I'll at least see it coming before I'm on the ground with an antler lodged in my left eye. Honestly, this is one of the best, if not the best, bicycle light camera hybrids I've tested so far, out of the one that I've tested. It records video and shines light, and that's exactly what they promised it would do, and I love that. All joking aside though, the light on this isn't too bad, and while the camera quality is simply atrocious, it does serve as sort of a dash cam for bikes that might help you prove your case in the event of an accident. But even then, the field of view isn't very wide, which limits what it would be able to see in such an accident. And the fake 1080p resolution, which isn't really 1080p, is so bad that it might not even pick up the car's license plate anyway. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to give this one a thumbs down. Sorry. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.